call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome between the hedges to Athens, Georgia and Sanford Stadium, home of the Georgia Bulldogs. As we'll see the number 12 team in the country, the TCU Horned Frogs, taking on the 7th-ranked team in the land, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. And the Horned Frogs will kick it away to start. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He gets a block. He's on the loose. There he goes. Open it up. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
And you cannot start this game any better than to take the opening kickoff all the way to the house. How about the speed by the return man? Once he got in the open field, that dude was gone. This place is going crazy.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. Well, I'd say that's quite a way to make an early statement. Take the opening kickoff and run it all the way back for a touchdown. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. They'll leave it with him. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
This crowd, full throat, spreading the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Got his man on the right. He gets it out to the 28-yard line, not enough to pick up the first down. The Horned Frogs will call on their punt team. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Really nice job all the way around. Got a few blocks, made a couple of moves, and a good return on that one before he's pushed out of bounds. Wide receiver going in motion. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Breaks into the open. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31.
It's a good-looking run. I'll say this. I know Georgia's always been known to run the football. They always want to be really physical, but it starts up front. They always seem to have great units on the offensive line. Guys that communicate and guys that get pushed. And they've put many running backs into the NFL, but it's because of these big old hog mollies up front.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
You see the offense trying to dial up the quick game there with the RPO, and I like the idea of trying to get playmakers the space out in the right flat of the field, see what can happen, but you need a more accurate throw.
Off the play fake. Throws to the wideout. He finds a soft spot in the middle. Defense is there to make the stop, and he's got the first down, and they'll have it first and goal at the 6. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on 3rd down, and more times than not, he is going to deliver.
He's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game, so you definitely want to highlight him, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, fine.
And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Georgia! Well, that didn't necessarily go as planned, but it was most effective in the end.
I love it, Reese. Down in the red zone, this quarterback didn't have anybody open. Didn't panic. He just decided, man, I'm going to go do this myself. I'm going to use my wheels and put up 6 on the board. He did just that.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. Looks like he's going to bring it out. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking downfield, it's Browning. Fakes the grab. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. And the Horned Frogs are in the hurry-up. Snap from the gun on 3rd down. Under fire. Got him downfield. That'll be enough for the 1st down, and they'll mark it at the 48.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
Quick completion to the right.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
The Horned Frogs with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. It's caught downfield. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
And that big gainer on the last one has them threatening from inside the 10. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and hand him the ball.
Grabbed behind the line. It's Dickerson. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers.
Well, short completion setting up 3rd down now. Who is your best playmaker that you can target in this area of the field?
A 3rd and goal, and this defense feeling energy from the crowd. Back to pass, it's Browning. Pressure coming. They stop him short as he was trying to scramble and find his way to the goal line.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Like, they understand this 3rd down. They understand the situation. They drop back. And I love the defensive back with vision on the quarterback. He sees it, right? He takes off the scramble. He's like, no, no, no. You're not getting this 1st down. No.
Sneaks it in.
And, man, that stings. If you're a defense, you get all the way to a 4th down situation and held him so many times, and, man, they punch it in late, especially with the physicality. I hate when I get beat with physicality, and they pounded them, ran the football with all the big guys in the game, and got the touchdown.
And they did tack on that extra point without any adventure. bringing it out. And he's out of bounds at the 24, a yard short of where he would have wound up with the touchback. They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Leaves it with the back. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
He's got him in the flat. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Really good job by the defense. Seeing the running back. Don't let that dude who's super fast, elusive, catch the ball in space. Nice job staying glued to him. As soon as he caught that puppy, he got drilled.
Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. And he just throws it away. That is not what you're looking for on 3rd down. 4th down coming up. Georgia sends out the punt team. Sends his first one of the day on its way, and that matches the number of appearances he had in that win last week. Followed him up, not a whole lot of room to run on that return, and that's how this period will come to an end. Well, guys, it's Georgia holding the lead at the end of the quarter. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Looking for a man, it's Browning. A little release to the back. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Well, he made the grab, but the doors closed quickly after that.
And I like this. I want to find my running back, but man, he's got to do a little more damage after the catch. I need a stiff arm. I need a spin move. I need something where he can make that guy miss and pick up a bunch of yards and maybe get a big play out of it.
And he's brought down after a nice gain.
I love the QB here. He holds it, he holds it, he holds it just long enough to let the receiver run the drag route, and then he puts it out in front of him so he can catch it on the run in stride and then turn upfield to use his speed.
It's 1st and 10 for this offense from the 42. To the air on 1st down. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. He's got the back in the middle. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
So now it's 2nd and long. He wants to throw it again. Fires to the middle. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And the defender makes a great read, breaks on the football, and makes the big interception in the back end. And here's the thing, that's number 4 this season, so he's finding the football consistently.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. He'll keep it himself. Nowhere to run, and down he goes after losing 6.
I think that's a play the quarterback would like to have back. On these option plays, you just have to take what the defense gives you. And if that means handing off the dive or if that means pitching it, you got to do that. It can't always be about you. And I think the quarterback that time was really hoping it was going to be his number called, but there was nothing there. He tried to do too much. It's a huge negative play, and it sets this offense going in the wrong direction.
Dogs pick up the 1st down through the air, and the Georgia faithful starting to howl and bark.
And we've seen that in the past with Georgia. Maybe you get a little bit conservative, a little bit too much reliant on great defense, run the football. The reason they broke through, the reason they started winning championships in the recent era, they became more aggressive, more dynamic, throwing the football down the field.
Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. They'll move the wide receiver. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
Hand off from the shotgun. They'll give him maybe one on the play. It's down to the 20.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Caught in the backfield, it's Williams. He breaks a tackle. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break.
All right, defense. It ain't working, right? They're stringing together several first downs here. We're going to need to change this up, find something we can disrupt the quarterback and mess up this offense a little bit.
The Bulldogs have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Quickly complete. Trying to get it in. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Dogs!
And listen, my job is to get it to my playmakers like this guy on the outside. They'll do the rest. They'll get in the end zone. Nice catch, but to finish it with a touchdown.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, a quick update on a notable game going on right now in the ACC. Colorado is ahead early in Boulder, but that's not exactly Cordell Stewart out there. This game is a long way from being over. They're up by 7 over Pittsburgh. Never know what's going to happen in the ACC, and we'll circle back if anything develops you should know about.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. They take over late and have enough time to put together a drive. Scanning the field, it's Browning. It's complete to the right. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. And the Horned Frogs will hustle to the line. Looking to throw on first down. Grab near the sticks. It's Dickerson. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. Looking downfield on first down. Right on the money. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. Looking for space. It's Dickerson. Looking for room at the 30. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Wants to go up top on first down. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Return takes it down to the 27-yard line as this defense is hungry for turnovers.
Man, another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the #1 job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care how good you are, you better protect it.
Yeah, you just got to take what the defense is giving you. And I agree, David. It looks like right now he's trying to force the big play instead of just checking it down or throwing away. He's got to do a better job working through his progressions right now. He's got tons of talent, but he's making bad decisions.
Defense is all about creating negative plays, and he does a really good job at the quarterback spot of not taking sacks. Like, that's a great job. He wants to throw the football. The clock goes off, he takes off, and gets a positive gain.
And the Dogs can really attack on this 2nd and short. Motion from the wideout. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Quick completion on the out route. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down.
Well, you can tell those two have been practicing the out route all off-season long. They look like they could have completed that in their sleep.
The offense getting set for a 1st down from the 45. Looking to throw on 1st down. Oh, they're after him. He's got it. Out of bounds at the 49-yard line, but not before getting it into opponent territory.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes. He's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
And the Bulldogs can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Wide receiver comes in motion. 2nd down, he'll throw it. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
Yeah, and listen, that dude is a dude. I get it. I mean, he's an absolute stud, and I want to find ways to get him the football, but maybe not force feed him in that situation when he's got 2 guys on him.
The Dogs come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive.
Here we go.
Motion from the wide receiver. They'll give it to the back. Really putting together a threat now. They get the 1st. It's at the 37.
That has got to feel good if you're this offense picking up that 1st down by running it, because we know the struggles they've had this season, particularly on 3rd down. So to come out here, run the ball, keep the drive alive, let's see if they can generate a little bit of momentum.
Turning it on. They kept him out of the end zone, but not before he gets it to the 1-yard line, and it'll be 1st and goal.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this 1st half for the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
This offense is about to face the one thing that can stop it. Time expiring in the 1st half. Before then, they can get another score. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Wide receiver going in motion. It's complete on the right side. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. The offense burns its 3rd and final timeout of the half. So they got nothing on the last play. Here's 3rd and goal from the 1. From the gun, wants to pass. Touchdown, Bulldogs! Quick strike through the air for the score. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown.
Man, that was beautiful clock management. Great job by this offense, sustaining the drive, not getting too much in a panic, and finishing the drive with a touchdown with not a lot of time on the clock.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Here he comes from midway in the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Enough time to get off a play before we head to halftime. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. Knocked down at the 26 after ripping off 10 there. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Quick pass on the fly motion. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Georgia will kick it deep to start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speaking, very simple. I score, I get a stop. I score, I can get back in this game, but it's got to be one drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we get it because our defense has been struggling. They have not been getting a lot of stops, so this is a critical drive here for this offense.
And his first pass is incomplete. It's tough to come in and fire one early.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. The Horned Frogs headed quickly to the line. Wants to throw on first down. And the defense, got him at the 27. This pressure from the defensive front is overwhelming, much like when three-time All-American David Pollock played on the Georgia defensive front. Whatever happened to that guy?
Washed-up old guy. I've heard bad things about that guy. But no, when you look at these defenses Georgia's had, these dominant defenses, man, it's just big, physical guys up front. You think about the Jordan Day.
There he goes. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
Going over the top. And it falls incomplete. But it could have been much, much worse as the defender was right there.
This quarterback has been struggling to find a rhythm in this game so far. Didn't have a ton of success in the first half, so here he is trying to ignite the offense with a deep shot, but they're not able to come away with the completion.
What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go. Catch in the middle. It's Dickerson. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
And the Horned Frogs are at the line looking to convert on third and short. They'll move the wide receiver to the ground to try to pick up the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Horned Frogs will have it first and 10.
They run it, they get the first down, and look at the offense. Right back on the football, ready to crank this tempo up.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job, buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield, nothing there. So instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Holds and fires complete to the right. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. And the Horned Frogs kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Now from inside the red zone. He's got it and still on his feet. Touchdown, Horned Frogs! A great catch and run for 6. Oh, the offense shows some life here and cuts into the lead with that score.
And, man, they needed it. They had to have something to go right. Listen, still down, but this is a great start to getting back in this ballgame.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
ACC action, fellas, and all week there's been intrigue about this one. Colorado is currently trailing in this one, but I've seen crazier things at Folsom Field. Trust me when I tell you that. Guess what I'm saying is a comeback could be in the cards. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Pittsburgh. Any major changes in this ACC standoff, you'll hear about them first from us, gentlemen.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. This lead that they've been working with has dwindled to 2 possessions, and now they'll try to find a little breathing room on this drive. Got the first down, looking for more.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
To the ground with the back. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs. You just want positive yards, make the right read. Read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
From the 30-yard line on first down. Motion from the wideout. Quarterback keeps it. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
And now on 2nd down for this offense.
Let's go! Let's go!
Wide receiver comes in motion. Keeping it on the ground with the single back.
Well, I love the job by the offensive line, getting a good push there on 2nd down. And you see guys bleeding into the 2nd level of the defense getting a hat-on-hat to go get that first.
The Bulldogs pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Motion from the wide receiver. They'll ride the hot hand. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. We've reached the break, and Georgia is on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. grabbed in the backfield. It's Williams. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch.
A little bit surprising, not going to lie. You got a big lead like this late in the game, and you're still throwing for it and being aggressive. But, hey, man, it's working. And if it's working, keep calling him, I guess.
And if they can find the end zone here, that might be all she wrote. 1st and goal. Tight end now in motion. With jet sweep pass. Touchdown, Georgia! The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive. They are finishing the deal, building the lead here in the 4th, and they are going to go to 7-0.
Salt into her wound, right? Late in the 4th quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and give me another touchdown.
And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next. Oh, he's got some space. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40.
I'll tell you, you cannot count this team out because of who's playing quarterback. When this guy's in the game, it's never over. And yeah, they're trailing here in the 4th quarter, but this dude can put up points quickly.
That last play is the kind of thing the offense can really build some momentum on, and now they've got it 1st and 10 outside the 40. To the air on 1st down. A shot toward the end zone. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
The defense is in great position right now because they've got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter. They know the offense has to take shots to try to get themselves back in the game. So they're calling their coverages accordingly, and there was nowhere to go with that football. Really nice job by the defense being in position to force the incompletion.
1st down and more. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line.
And they're going to need a lot more of this to get back in this football game. They're trailing. They're trying to make plays. I like the decision-making of the young man. Don't force the football. We already got to make big plays. The defense knows it, too. Nice job pulling it down, scrambling, getting the 1st down. Now you got to keep it going.
He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line. After coming up with back-to-back explosive plays, here they are, 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And they just tried to slam it in from the doorstep, but they went nowhere, and it'll be marked down at the 1.
Yeah, and this offense, man, they just continue to struggle, man. They need to find something that they do really, really well, and running the football late in the 4th quarter when you're getting beat by a good bit, that's probably not it. This offense needs to hit the gas, and they need to pitch and catch a little bit, throw the football around.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, that last play is basically a microcosm of what today has been like for this offense. Just nothing happening. Not physical enough at the point of attack. They're being swarmed. They haven't had the balance necessary to win this game, and that's why they find themselves trailing late.
Looking to throw on 3rd and goal. And down he goes back at the 3.
This quarterback has been under duress all game long. He's one of the best in the country, and he's used to having his way. He's the one who's used to dictating to opposing defenses, but that has not been the case in this game. Here we are late. He's still under pressure, taking a sack there.
A field goal really doesn't do much for you in this situation, so they'll go for it on 4th and goal. Looking for the score. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
And that's got to feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes and getting to the football.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. Follows a good block there, picks up 3s out to the 9.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
The officials stopped the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. And the Dogs come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Quarterback on the keeper. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. Couple of ranked teams, and it looks as if they're going to be able to hold off the bid to knock them down a few pegs behind this running game.
And we know their identity all season long has been their ability to run the football, but can you do it against the best competition in the country? And in this top 25 matchup, David, they prove they can.
And what does this do moving forward? Just build confidence in who you are and what you are, that you can beat a really, really good team. Moving forward, once we get now towards the later part of the season, this is a big confidence builder.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. The pull and throw off the RPO. Breaks into the open. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down. What a weapon these wide receiver screens can be. Not only do you get a convoy blocking, you get dynamic running.
When you do this and you show me the threat of throwing this wide receiver screen, it makes me play defense differently. It makes me have more guys out wide, which opens the box inside. So I think it's really smart for coordinators and offenses to continually throw these screens to playmakers.
And the Bulldogs back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Give to the back. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Coming into this one, we wondered whether these guys were a little bit overrated, and certainly they did nothing to dispel that notion.
They were playing angry today, and I know talking to some of their players, David, coming into this game, they felt like they were being disrespected. A lot of people thought their opponent might get them today, so they took this opportunity to make a statement and make an example out of their opponent.
And those are fun moments in the locker room, aren't they, Jesse? Like, everybody's doubting us. Nobody thinks we can win. It's really easy to motivate that type of squad. They played motivated. They played a little ticked off. I'm here for it. I love it. I love the excitement, the adrenaline, the emotion, and they earned a big dub today.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.